How does drive impact Street Fighter 6? Wait, is it how does drive impact Street Fighter 6? Because there's drive impact as the move? Or is it how does drive comma impact Street Fighter 6? Drive impact? Fuck.
Take it one step at a time.
Listen, I've been seeing all over Twitter, and I'm talking everywhere, all the pros, even the casual players, talk about this new mechanic for Street Fighter 6 called Drive Impact. For those that don't know, in simple terms, Drive Impact is a move that has a lot of armor. It goes through some hits and then allows you to hit your opponent, and if you're close to a corner, gets you a wall slump or like put your opponent in a dazed state, basically allowing you to get a free combo off. It's just a new mechanic in the game. And long story short, there's a lot of controversy over this new mechanic and whether or not people enjoy it. And see, here's the thing. People always do this, whether you're pros or not. It's mainly the pros because they're like, I'm on a high level of gameplay. I need to make sure that my opinion is out there on these new mechanics for the game. Nobody cares. But again, they always do this for any new iteration for a fighting game. Like, for an example, when Mortal Kombat 11 came out, people were pissed that the fatal blow was a guaranteed thing. It was no longer tied to your enhanced bars. They were so upset that you could just automatically get a fatal blow when you're below, I think it was like 30%, I think it was. But people were so upset. Well, I liked it better in Mortal Kombat X when I had to save up my bars to use my fatal blow or my X-ray. Well, two things. One, Street Fighter 6 is doing the exact same thing where their super is actually separate from their enhanced bars. And two, the game has to change it up. Like every game, not just fighting games, any game, racing, RPGs, whatever. Every sequel is gonna be different. Well, like at least we hope so, right? Because if it's the same game, then we might as well just be playing the same game. Like if you liked how Mortal Kombat X played or liked how Street Fighter 5 played way better than 6 or 11, then just go play Street Fighter 5. Why don't you just keep playing Mortal Kombat X? Just keep playing the prequel if you don't like the sequel. And from these tweets from people on Twitter, they've been saying that on a high level of gameplay that Drive Impact isn't even used a lot. So then what's the complaint? If it's not really being used, then why do you care it's in the game at all anyways? And besides that, it's a mechanic. It's probably the biggest mechanic in Street Fighter. It is like such a big deal. They're not taking it out like probably ever. It is definitely a core mechanic for the game. Personally, I actually really enjoy it. Now, you guys might comment, oh, that's because you have a skill issue, Onestep. I don't care. It's fun. It's a unique mechanic that, in my opinion, is used more defensively and makes for some crazy plays and some crazy moments that just make you go, ah. I've also heard that at low levels, people are spamming it, which again, it's very punishable. Because startup, it's very slow. And you can punish it right back with your own Drive Impact. You can grab your opponent. You can even parry it. So really, you have 3 options to defend against Drive Impact. But again, if used correctly, I think it's so cool. Not only are the effects by themselves so awesome with all the graffiti and all that, and all the graffiti is different colors and different effects per character and how they do their Drive Impact, but the whole drive system is quite literally what drives Street Fighter 6 and what sets it apart from being a completely different game, but also familiar enough that you'll probably still love it if you love Street Fighter. Like any game in the world, the devs trying to make a sequel, of course they're going to try to innovate and be a little bit different and set themselves apart from their predecessor and be like, this is a new game, new experience. I mean, Street Fighter 6 is bringing a lot more to the table to set itself apart than just the drive system, but the drive system itself is one of the main factors that make it different. For those that don't know or maybe haven't played the beta, the demo, or the game at all, the drive system is how Street Fighter 6 uses their bars up top to let you enhance your special move, making them stronger and whatnot. But of course, those bars have other uses like the drive impact, like the drive parry, allowing you to parry moves and even supers, allowing you to drive reversal, so when you're in block stun, you can reverse the fight, turn the table, and even a rush cancel that allows you to dash closer to your opponent. There are just so many uses for the drive system, the drive bars up top. It's like, it's not just the drive impact, it's the whole drive system, literally. But again, it just bothers me because people are like, oh, this is such a shitty mechanic. It's like, no, it's not. It's actually a great mechanic. You just don't like it, which is fine. Everybody has their opinion on like what you can and cannot like. I'm just saying that if you don't like the mechanic, why are you playing the game? Second of all, if you really don't like it that much, go back and play 5. That's fine too. Like for an example, I wasn't a big fan of Mortal Kombat 11 not having the run mechanic that they had in MKX. Even though sure, I could complain and say, oh, they should have had running in Mortal Kombat 11. At the end of the day, that's just how the game plays. So either I have to get used to it and actually enjoy the game for what it is and what they've given me, or B, I can pout and really complain online that Mortal Kombat 11 should have had running. That gets you absolutely nowhere. Just enjoy the game. any game, for what, not just Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, not just fighting games, racing games, RPGs, shooters, whatever game you get, just enjoy it for what it is. Especially when it comes to like core mechanics, because there are things that you could complain about, although the whole community could complain about, and the devs will fix it or like, you know, patch it or whatever. But when it comes to the core mechanics of the game, like drive impact or even running in Mortal Kombat, those are the things they're not gonna like take out or add in. Like they weren't gonna just add running to the game, because that completely changes the game, the combo system and more. Same with the drive system. They're not gonna just take that out, because that is quite literally, again, the entirety of Street Fighter 6. That is a core mechanic of the game. So when it comes to being a core mechanic like those things, why complain? Because they're not going to change it. They're not going to take it out. They're not going to do anything about it. Now, if everyone in the community was complaining that Ryu's overhead was like, you know, too safe on block, then sure, the devs might fix that and patch that up, but they're not going to take out a whole mechanic. So the question being, how does drive impact Street Fighter 6? How does the drive system impact Street Fighter 6? Honestly, it impacts it on a whole new scale, a whole new level, because again, it literally is the game. Like that is what Street Fighter 6 is all about. It's about their drive system and how you use it as a fighter, whether you use it more defensively, more offensively, whether you use it for only drive impact, whether you use it to enhance your special moves and nothing else, whether you like to use it for a dash, your rush cancel, you can do that too. You can use it to drive parry. There are so many uses for it, because it is like the core, the absolute definition of what sets Street Fighter 6 apart. And if you learn to enjoy it, you'll enjoy it. It's actually fun, and everyone uses it in a different way and a different variety. I don't know, man. These are literally just my thoughts on the game and like the whole drive system in general. Let me know down below, what do you think of the drive system in Street Fighter 6? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you like drive impact? Do you not like it? Let me know down below. On your fighting game journey, make sure to take it one step at a time, and I will see you in the next one.